I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite
podcast
on the Citadel.
Welcome to Andromenerds, the number one podcast on the internet, according to a highly biased and possibly fictional survey I conducted.
I'm pretty sure we actually are now the number one Mass Effect, if not BioWare in general, podcast.
See, I'm trying to think is how many other Mass Effect BioWare podcasts are there? So, I mean, you know, we're in a competition with like two.
So the secret, I've actually been trying to get you guys to interrupt me and say, hey, we're the number one Mass Effect podcast. And it finally worked.
I'll interrupt you all the time if you want.
Oh, yeah. No,
we are the number one Mass Effect podcast in the world.
We need to have, like, confetti going off right now.
All right, time to hit the restart button. Welcome to Andromenerds, the number one Mass Effect podcast on the internet.
In the world.
My name is Minius of Minius GC, and with me are my co-hosts, Tucker from Mass Effect Follower.
Hello, I say with more zest.
Yes!
That's only a little bit more zest. I was expecting you to kick in the door.
Kick in the door? Sup, bitches?
There we go.
Do we have to bleep bitches? Is that a word you have to bleep?
I'm not going to bleep it.
I've had some people ask about censorship, about, like, do we really need to censor?
Yeah, I know that you guys aren't happy about us censoring, but I don't know if you saw the new YouTube rules. At least, I mean, Tucker's part of Follower, which is in a massive multinational channel. BioFan and I are pretty small, and YouTube can totally crush us with, like, their finger.
Yeah. Follower has a collective of, like, 900,000 subscribers. Something like that.
Yeah, it's the YouTube policy. You cannot swear or talk about controversial stuff. And then...
Well, I mean, you can. It's just don't get caught doing it.
Yeah, whatever.
It's only illegal when you get caught.
Exactly.
So the other guy, the one and only BioFan.
Hey, y'all. I mean, I've been talking this whole time, but
yes, you have. This intro has gone to hell. That's okay. So Andromenerds...
It's an entertaining hell.
Don't worry, it's not like we've done this a few times already.
It's not like this is, I don't know, if they're here, they should have listened to, like, I don't know, oh, actually, this may be their first time.
It's always somebody's first time. Always somebody's first time. Andromenerds
so we're saying that this is someone's cherry?
I'm going to skip that.
This is their Andromenerds cherry.
All right, I guess we're not skipping that. Andromenerds post...
This is lovely.
Andromenerds post every week's now a bit earlier for our European friends, so it's going to be Thursdays at noon Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 at night in the UK, and 9 at night across most of Europe, and then Fridays at 5 a.m. in the morning on the eastern coast of Australia. Sorry, our Aussie friends, that's not a convenient time for you.
It seems like it's never a convenient time for the Australians.
We can't please everyone, okay?
By the way, these times are going to get very screwed up soon because we're switching from daylight to standard, and in the case of some people, from standard to daylight, and everyone does it at a different time, apparently. So
I feel like one day we should put our video out just to please, like, the Australians, just to, like, let them have their moment.
I'm pretty sure daylight savings is a global thing.
It is, but it depends on the region that you're in, and for instance, like, I think Australia is switching to daylight at the end of the month, and here in the United States we switch back to standard in like November, and in the UK they do it sometime in October. I'm not sure about that, but the whole point is that it's not at the same time. That's okay.
Well,
actually, there are some countries that do not recognize daylight saving times.
That is also true. And like Arizona, that country that doesn't recognize anybody else. You're from Arizona, so what's up?
Sup, how you doing?
By the way, if you'd like to contribute to the show with a question or topic suggestion, email us at andromenerds@gmail.com. I used to say if you'd like to be a part of the show, and I got in trouble for that because I thought it was a neat way to say, hey, email us and you can contribute to the show this way, so you'll be a part of the show. But apparently you guys are thinking that we have extra spots, but we do not. we actually have this taken care of. So secrets. Yeah, we'll have a fourth. Well, we should have a full show coming up soon. Right now, there's a giveaway on Mass Effect Follower that has something to do with our questions.
Oh, yeah. Just submit your questions at andromenerds@gmail.com, and we go through all the questions, and we pick out ones that we feel are pretty good to use. We talk about them on the podcast, and then from those, we're going to pick our favorite one, or the one that we feel was the most interesting to discuss, and that person will win Mass Effect Andromeda.
That's like the top prize there. I like give away stuffed animals, and you give away the actual game.
Well, again, followers a bit bigger than you guys.
By the way, the next show we're going to do is going to be all questions to wrap this up. So if you have a question, I want to get this in. Yeah, episode 8, all questions all the way through. And then
just because there are a lot of really good questions, and because it is for this month specifically, the questions, we thought that doing a podcast to get through all the questions would be the best, just to get in as many entries as we can.
That, and we're just generally excited that you guys love the podcast that much that you're sending in all these questions. That's awesome.
How many questions do we get normally per week, or how many have we gotten?
Let's see. So far, there have been about 300, 400-ish.
It's a pretty significant amount of emails. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if we do not read your question on the air, don't feel too hurt. There's a pretty large pool to go through.
And not just that, but I mean, even after this, we're still going to read questions as we go through.
Oh, yeah. Questions is a thing.
Yeah. We dive in there and find the golden nuggets of questions.
Probably the worst giveaway I've ever done was the favorite quote from Mass Effect. I had about 700, 800 submissions.
That sounds awesome.
I had to go through each one.
That's nice.
The winner was you exist because we allow it, and you will end because we demand it. That was the winner.
Mass Effect 1.
Yep.
Pretty powerful quote, man.
Dude, that
is a good quote.
Dude, hearing that quote sends shivers down my spine still. Just his voice and the way that it goes is great. Although there are some other fantastic quotes, like I'm trying to remember another one. Oh, it was you can pay a soldier to charge a field. You can pay a soldier to you can pay a soldier to charge a field, and then another part, but you cannot pay him to believe. That was Zaid, I believe. And another one was ask the ghosts of, or I'm really messing this one up.
Yeah, ask the souls of it. Like you're talking about, it was a Javik
ask the
quote.
souls of a trillion dead.
So you're asking souls if they want to have sex with you? I'm very confused here.
It's Mass Effect, right? You're supposed to have sex with aliens. That's what it's about. I figured that one of these topics will go over each alien species and talk about exactly how much we want to have sex with them.
Now, here it is. Stand in the ashes of a trillion dead souls and ask the ghost if honor matters. The silence is your answer. That was also from Javik. That was a very powerful quote. I mean, there were so many great ones. And then there were ones like, we'll bang, okay? I'm like, get out of here.
But that's the #1 Mass Effect quote.
Well, it is, but there's also like 400 submissions of those. I'm like, I'm not doing no. Although there were a lot of repeat submissions, so I kind of picked the first person who said that quote because that's he said it first.
That's something that, I mean, there's a lot of lines in Mass Effect, but it's quite a bit.
It was still pretty good.
I'm trying to find the voice actor who voiced Sovereign, and there it is.
Was it Mark Meir? Because he did a lot of
Peter Jessup.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. So, before we get into our actual topic, BioFan has something extra super vital that he didn't want to tell us about before. What's up, man?
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about this.
Are you sitting down? Minius, are you sitting down?
I am sitting down.
Tucker, are you sitting down?
I am sitting crisscross applesauce, yes.
Okay. Because this is the most important, most vital piece of information in the entire development cycle. Everyone listening to this, I hope you're sitting down. There's an and in the middle of it, so brace yourselves to the end. In Mass Effect Andromeda, there will be blue Asari butts and male butts of varying shades.
You got to be kidding me. This headphone's cut out.
Don't worry, you didn't miss anything.
What happened?
In Mass Effect Andromeda, there will be blue Asari butts and regular male butts that aren't blue.
Yeah, that's you're right. That was worth the build-up.
That was definitely worth the build-up.
Audio seems to have cut out for me, too.
So we have a Skype chat going on where we chat with each other, and every once in a while BioFan gets really, really excited in that chat. And so we did it. I'm thinking like, this could either be the most amazing information ever, because it literally could be, or it could be absolutely nothing. And
I'm pretty sure a lot of people right now are thinking this is the most important information I have ever heard about this game.
I mean, I kind of assumed that you'll be able to romance that the raccoon Asari.
We're calling her Raccoon Asari?
Well, I mean, that's what a lot of people seem to be calling her. I want to be part of the Cool Kids clan, so.
Raccoon Asari, confirmed.
Yeah, because of her eyes. Yeah, like raccoons.
Does she like dig through your trash and stuff?
No. Although, she could be digging through your junk.
I mean, if she's an archaeologist.
Yeah, wow, this podcast is going really well.
In terms of the butt thing, the devs were all tweeting about butts the other day, and so I got confirmation on those two different types of butts. You're welcome. You're welcome.
That's excellent news. Because I was very afraid that there were going to be no butts in Mass Effect.
Hard-hitting journalism, guys. Hard-hitting journalism over here.
All right, so let's get into exploration.
That's right. That is our topic of the week. Exploration. Mass Effect is all about exploration. The developers keep on talking about exploration, not including the butts.
I mean, you could be exploring those.
Mass Effect creative director Mac Walters called Andromeda a story of exploration. We got the Mako back. This game is probably going to have more of an open world feel. So what do you guys think about exploration in video games? And what do you want out of exploration in this game?
I feel like the exploration that, you'll land on the planet, it'll be very similar to Mass Effect 1, that you'll land on the planet, you can drive the Mako around, but this time there'll just be more detail. There'll be caves that you can go into, explore and find areas, or forests that you would have to get out of the Mako to walk through to explore, and you might find an encampment or some sort of base that you go and investigate. So, I imagine it'll be very reminiscent of Mass Effect 1 because of what they said was this was a not a sequel, but kind of like an honorary sequel. Like it's can be
It's a spin-off kind of.
Yeah. So I feel like it's going to have the same kind of exploration take as you land on a planet, go and explore. You can go in whatever direction you want. There's lots of different things on the planet you can go do, but this one's going to be highly detailed and have more options for the player.
I'm thinking that it's going to be an improved version of Inquisition, but like in space, because that's what BioWare did with Frostbite was Inquisition. And me and Minius have finished it. However, Tucker is still in the hinterlands. Everyone listening to this, tweet at N7Follower and tell Tucker he needs to get out of the hinterlands. Just by the way. So I'm thinking.
Watch your Twitter blow up on Thursday.
Watch your Twitter. He needs to get out of the hinterlands. Tweet him. Tell him every day, multiple times if you have to, so he can just get out of the hinterlands.
Oh, man, you think this is what does it? Oh, man, but again, digressing back to a contest, I won about Twitter. That was fun.
Just get out of the hinterlands. Okay, anyway. So I think it'll be similar to that. Like, you'll pick a planet, go there, the map will load. It'll be kind of like Inquisition, but maybe bigger since we're driving the Mako instead of a horse. So I'm thinking...
Weren't there other rides in Dragon Age Inquisition? Like, it wasn't just horses. You could get other kind of mounts, right?
You can, but they're all quadrupeds.
Yeah, well, all right.
Don't they all move at the same speed, too?
Yep.
So it's all aesthetic.
Yeah, aesthetic, yeah.
Yep. You also lose the ability for like your squad mates to like give banter or anything. They just kind of disappear while you're on your mount. So I'm hoping while we're in the Mako, like your squad mate, people will talk while you're in the Mako. I'm hoping that's a thing. I'm also hoping they said, I forget when they said it, but I know they said it, that a lot of exploration would be optional, and I'm hoping it's very optional instead of in Inquisition where we had like the PowerPoint system, so you had to like go do side quest stuff to unlock the main quests. So I'm hoping exploration is merely like, if you want to go do it, you can find some pretty cool stuff, find some pretty cool, I don't know how they're going to do, I guess like crafting maybe, like some form of units that you can use to get cool stuff. Like you can find those units out exploring and stuff. So you're encouraged, but it's not mandatory, you know?
I wouldn't mind if the exploration was kind of like Far Cry 4, especially because how we know that they're scanning and whatnot instead of like hunting for other animals. You're going around trying to scan other plants and animals when you go on a new area, and also just the free roam ability of kind of like Far Cry 4, how you can walk around places, or you can get in a vehicle and go there, or
and clear
just
them out,
other ways.
right?
Yeah.
I was actually going to ask you guys, what's your favorite video game that does exploration?
Far Cry. I perfected Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, Far Cry Primal. Love them. Absolutely love the open world of those games.
What about you?
I'm still thinking.
BioFan? I can jump ahead. I remember the very first game that I really felt like I took advantage of exploration was Oblivion. And I went through and played it once with the story, and then the second time I just ignored the story, and I just went spelunking. And I just went all over the place, no story, just opened up everything, walked around, looked at the little compass on the top of it, went to the next area, cleared it, went to the next area, cleared it.
Yeah, I did that with Skyrim.
Yeah, it's the similar thing. You can do that with, I think, Morrowind was the one before that. But I think in the one little gameplay leak, wasn't there a Skyrim-like compass on top? Exact same kind of thing, where you would, like you turn and it would say, oh, now you're facing south or east, and there were little icons on it that you could go travel to, theoretically.
I don't remember that. And also with the gameplay tech video, they removed the HUD so we couldn't see any kind of compass or anything.
I'm talking about the leak.
Yeah, I don't remember reading anything of that. And then they also removed HUD for the tech demo. So,
Okay. Well, that was more of a, like, if you're looking for things to do, you have, instead of just saying, oh, you need to go deliver this pie jack like 2 miles to this random dude, have, not necessarily, there are, of course, the remnant vaults, right, that you could probably find by driving around, but have other kind of caves that you can go into and clear out these douchey pirates, and then have like a little side quest attached to it. But you have to drive around and explore to find those places.
My favorite exploration... Well, okay, so it's a little bit complicated. But so for me, exploration, I enjoy it. I think it's fun. But I'd say it's probably on the lower end of my like priority list. The top being like story quality. Inquisition, after you finished all of the main quests, was fun to go back and like look around for stuff. Because I wasn't like being forced into it. I could like kind of do it for fun. So I guess I liked Inquisition. I'm trying to think of other games I've played with, like, open world. Fallout 4 had open world. I did not really like how they did their open world. I didn't like how, I don't know, like, there was all these buildings you could go into, but a lot of them had, like, no purpose except for, like, junk. But I think Inquisition, because the environments were so pretty, it was fun to go do, and it was fun to like gain experience by going around the environments and stuff. So I guess Inquisition technically, but that's not my favorite part of the game, I guess. So
when you talked about Mass Effect Andromeda being an updated version of Inquisition, what do you mean, or improved? What would you like to improve from Dragon Age Inquisition?
Not having the PowerPoints. And then when there are side quests in the area, having the completion of those side quests unlock some kind of change in the environment. Like in Inquisition, you put up guard towers, and then suddenly there are guard towers there. Or as you help out the village in the hinterlands, which Tucker needs to get on that, I guess, or he just really needs to leave it. Like more villagers show up, more Inquisitions like show up. Kind of things like that. Like if there are changes, you can see some kind of reward for those side quests. You changed the weather in Crestwood. Stuff like that, kind of, that affect the environment. just more of that instead of go get me this, go get me that. You need PowerPoints to unlock main quests.
So you want to actually see your progress instead of, just...
Yeah, I want to see, kind of, changes I make in the environment, sort of.
I would also... This is kind of going away from the exploration. I would love, though, to have, an RTS kind of style of you can build your bases in a manner that you want.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
You have a limited... Okay, so, you can build from... point A to point B to point C to point D. You got the square or circle or kind of
like Fallout 4,
however you want. Yeah, something like Fallout. And then you can choose where you want to build. You have a certain amount of resources. You can choose. Oh well, this planet has a lot of unobtainium, so I will set up a lot of mining facilities here. For example.
Sorry, you had to go with unobtainium, man.
Well, because it's unobtainable.
Yeah.
What? Do you not want some EZO? Come on, get with it, man.
But it's just something like that. Or, this one is supposedly great for agriculture. So I'll set up a lot of farms. And then, you can build towers in certain areas. Okay, this one is near some enemy, or is it, in an enemy area? So that you set up guard towers. So this one's next to a very peaceful area. So we don't need a guard tower. You could still put one up if you want. And you can choose where to put the stuff. I would love that. Absolutely love that.
Yeah, I love that idea too. Or if you do bases, or even I don't know how if they're doing settlements.
They're doing something with settlements. They might literally be nothing, but
yeah, I mean, I could be absolutely blowing this out of proportion, but I spent most of my time in Fallout 4 building settlements. I would go out and explore and be like, oh cool, I found a pencil, I finally have enough wood to build my fence.
Same
Cool, a toaster. I don't have enough screws for a fan.
Same so much same right now, just all the same. Finding that damn light bulb so you could get some copper, get it.
I mean, I know, I have other things that I have to do for Follower, work on Halo games. So I think I would just move away from all that if it's just their settlements in Mass Effect Andromeda. That's everything right there. I'm gone, guys.
If you
love it.
So that new image they put out with Ryder and the Tempest on that desert planet with that pretty pink tree thing?
Yep, more plants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that part of the image that you probably can't, I'm assuming you don't see. If you remember back at the most recent E3 trailer, there was that literally 1 second, most of it was fading in and out little bit where Ryder was walking out of a building, the ship was there, that same colorful tree was there. I'm wondering if that's some kind of base, maybe?
I imagine you're going to have a couple bases.
Yeah, some kind of checkpoint kind of.
There's a lot on that planet that's kind of deserty. And then it's got some trees and stuff. That's where the announced trailer took place at. There were clips in the EA Play trailer. There's that picture. It's all looks like the same planet.
Either that planet is the most polished and that's why they're showing it off, or similar to Inquisition, we get a lot of desert environments. They like deserts, according to Inquisition.
All right. What kind of biomes would you like for planets? I mean, obviously we have desert.
What kind of what?
For biomes. So.
Oh, you mean
Yeah,
desert.
You should say environment because that'll speed it along more.
All right.
You mean biosphere?
Well, I mean, we are going to have a snowy area. We're going to have a deserty one. What kind of ones would you like to see?
The thing I'd like to see most is something jungly or foresty.
I was gonna say jungle too. I would love a jungle.
I would love for a planet to have so much jungle that you can't really even drive the mako around. You have to be on foot exploring it because it might just be so crowded.
Well, judging from concept art and trailer footage, we obviously have the desert planet. We obviously have something that's snowy, icy cold.
We have one on an asteroid.
Maybe some asteroids.
Or moon or some sort.
Then there's also that one that looked kind of jungly that had that big mountain and the giant flying things. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's that one that had the fire that might be like kind of like a crash or some kind of molten lava place. I don't know, something fire.
Just a planet where everything's on fire.
Just a planet where everything is on fire. What else do we have? Oh, there's that purple planet. The one, well, I say purple. It was once Mac Walter's Twitter header. That it looked like kind of like a truck stop. Everything was kind of purple.
You're talking like a purple atmosphere?
Yeah, it looked kind of. There was a lot of purple in the color tones, and then I'm thinking it may match up with that one picture of the two people and the probe, and it looked kind of like they were on a mushroomy kind of fungi-centered, purpley kind of environment. I'm thinking that's the same planet, maybe.
I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I want to see lots of plants because the graphics have caught up to that. So anything with exotic plants going on, which is, we said jungle, if there's like a mushroom jungle, I think that'd be cool.
Mushroom jungle, yes. Oh, there's also, there's that planet that was really gassy, and it had like the coral and like the big red bug things. You remember that one from that trailer?
Like a swamp, but colorful.
Yeah.
Swamp, colorful, corally, but like really gassy. Like it kind of looked like you wouldn't want to, breathe that in and stuff.
Might need a helmet for that area.
We're gonna get back into this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I would not want to be the unfortunate colonist that gets like set up on that planet.
You always need to walk around with a helmet.
So when we're talking about kind of Dragon Age Inquisition and getting these different planets, how in Dragon Age Inquisition there is an explorable area, it's probably going to be somewhat similar to that as far as Mass Effect goes, where each planet will have an explorable area, except you get the Mako to drive around.
Maybe multiple on the same planet, because planets have different like areas that are different like looking environments. Like the desert planet may also have a jungle on it at the other end of...
I think probably the most important part of exploration is having fun things to find. So you mentioned a couple different ways that you can get that to work. Specifically in Fallout, you guys want to build settlements and stuff. Going out around and finding materials to build stuff with would be a reason to explore.
Yes, but not to the level that Fallout
not
was.
like you're going around like, let's chop down this tree. We can use it for this house or something.
I meant more of like
you've... Like, I liked, in Inquisition, you found those spots with the resources that you could use to customize Skyhold. Maybe that, instead of, like, scrounging for 5 more pencils, then I can finally build a window,
You see Ryder, like, crawling on all fours, looking under desks.
Yeah, like, that, like, it took up so much time where I'm like, I just want to play the game, guys. Like, why?
Here's something that I would like that's somewhat related to Fallout, and I think the game that did this best was actually Mass Effect 2. You've got this plot, but you want to do all this side stuff. Let the plot go at your own pace. For instance, in Mass Effect 2, you are attacking someone. So you get to choose when you attack them. So if you want to screw around and find that robot Pyjack for your friend, it doesn't actually hurt the plot. Whereas in most games, there's something serious going on that has a timetable to it. So when you go to explore or go poking around planets, you need to break your immersion a little bit to fit with the plot. And instead having a plot that, you have all this time to do what you need to do before you meet the person at the end that you need to take on. And that's the one part about Fallout 4 where like, okay, your son is missing, but I got to go pick up pencils to build a fence. You're like, that works.
I think I've spent over 100 hours in Fallout 4. Last time I checked, I think it was like 113 hours or something. And I haven't even gone to Diamond City yet.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
All I've been doing is building my settlement and such.
I didn't get to Diamond City until probably like 50 hours in, because I was like, this is fun. Let's build some stuff.
Yeah, so some plot line doesn't push you along, and I know normally story-based plot lines, there's a bit of a time element to it, but...
That or like, if you are building, the materials you need to build with are easier to acquire than looking for those goddamn light bulbs. Like, finding like the Inquisition, like you would find like a quarry or like some woods that you can like take the wood from the trees and stuff. So like kind of those instead of searching for individual items to get the individual materials and things, you know?
I do know. Here's a topic, and I wanted to have this as originally. This was the original Crown idea, which is why I pulled it out of nowhere. But what day does Mass Effect Andromeda come out?
Here's the thing. Are we doing like the Price is Right kind of thing? Like, if you're over, you're out?
How do you go over as far as the date's concerned, though?
If it comes out before.
I guess, or comes out afterwards? That would be under? No, so here's...
then that's under.
I don't want to do that. I think it's just date-wise, you pick a date, and if the release date is closest to that, you win, you get the crown for a week.
Okay. Okay. I'll just March 14th.
March 14th. Take that off the board.
March 14th. That has the BioFan official like pin in it. March 14th. That's what I'm calling.
Now, what if I do March 13th?
You'll be wrong because that is not a Tuesday.
Yeah, then
okay, but see, mine would be closer to it because...
No. No.
If it was like March the 7th, then technically, I guess you would be closer to it.
That's what I'm meaning.
But, I mean...
I'm not going to be an asshole about that. I'm picking February 21st.
Ooh, February 21st. Interesting. I have a reason for that not to be. I'm actually going March 28th.
You see, I used to be March 28th as well, but then it was explained to me that is the last day of their financial, like, last Tuesday of their financial year. Mm-hmm. And so they might want to, like, end the year with a bang. So if they put it, like, 2 weeks before...
The main reason I have it there, and it's also going to make things difficult, it also depends on how much EA cares about this, but there's another game coming out that's kind of a sci-fi exploration date game. Sci-fi.
No Man's Sky?
Horizon Zero Dawn, which is getting a lot of positive previews and buzzes and stuff like that, and they may not want to put Mass Effect Andromeda right on top of that. I believe that game is coming out at the end.
When does it come out?
At the end of February. So you want to give it as much time in between those. That's my thinking.
But the thing is, their Q4, the last Tuesday of EA's Q4 is March 28th, which is the last possible day for Mass Effect Andromeda release, which I think is a good point because then it'll be more polished and whatnot. But at the same time, if they want to maybe end the year with a bang, they do the 14th. But also... in addition to that, going along with Minius, if they want to start the year out strong, they go on the last day of the March to release. Last Tuesday, by the way, for everyone listening, games always release on Tuesday in the US. That's why we're going with Tuesdays. If you're like looking at us like, why the fuck are you guys only doing Tuesdays? What is this? It's because they only release games on Tuesdays. In the UK, it's on the following Friday.
Yeah,
there are some special games, like if it's... Yeah, there are some...
It's not always true, but it's the typical pattern.
Yeah, the typical day. What?
I know there's some games, like a lot of horror games, like to come out on like a Friday the 13th kind of thing. But typically, it's usually on Tuesdays. Let me put it this way. There has not been a BioWare game that is not launched on a Tuesday. Every BioWare game has always launched on a Tuesday.
Well, a lot of games come out on Tuesdays. That's just kind of the typical thing for it.
It's the
almost every
standard,
game.
yeah.
Literally almost every game. So, okay, we will not get the answer. We will not know who is correct probably until the game actually releases because it is a thing. When they announce a date, then they delay it by a couple of weeks or a month.
So, the thing that I got going on that is collectively out of all your guesses, my guess is closest to the actual releases of Mass Effect that they've ever been.
Yeah, that's true.
They change that up. They don't necessarily keep true to that. They change it up all the time.
Well, I know, but like Mass Effect 2 came out late January, and Mass Effect 3 came out the first week of March.
So we're still in March.
It'll be according to... If there is a tie, by the way, where it's directly in between two of ours, we'll have a dual monarchy.
Yeah, if it's the 21st, we both get a crown.
Yeah, it'll be like the Spartan Kingdom where there's two kings.
And if it's the 28th, do you get, and we find out that is indeed a G, which I'm now thinking it is a G, then you get like two, I'm pretty sure it's a G now. Like I went back in and the G in the official Mass Effect font looks like that. So
So that means that Minius.
I'm fine to give you a crown now.
No, I'm waiting for it to be official.
You're waiting for it.
Yeah, it's got to be official. I don't want to be a false king because that's like all kinds of bad in fables and stuff. So waiting for it to be official.
What if it's never really revealed though? Well, you just
then I don't get a crown. It's got to be official, but we are going to totally pin down Mac Walters and then get the answer to that.
Dude, I'm still banking on that Q.
If it's, you know what? I want the crown, but I kind of want it to be a Q because I think that'd be hilarious.
I want it
It'd be really
I want
funny.
it to be a Q too. Just so great.
I wanted to just mess with us. How about having it be something like an alien letter?
That's what I was thinking, but that'd be a little
I find
weird.
it funny how an alien letter would match up perfectly with the official Mass Effect font's G.
A hieroglyph or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. I just wanted to mess with us. Like, that's not even a 2. For all we know, that could be an alien's language for tree.
Why you have a whatever?
Okay, you know what? Now, on the topic, because how we're talking about kings, let's bring this back a bit.
Bring it, Tucker.
Okay.
Me and
so,
Minius are just like that. Okay, Tucker.
Okay, ready? Here is what the question is. I don't have my glasses, so I kind of have to get close to my computer a little bit to reread this, but...
I love how passionate he is about this.
Well, we kind of lit him up, so
Okay.
he's got to come back.
So this is the question.
Squad is still dead for
This
the official
is the question
record,
from the very lovely Raven Wolf. It is, if
I'm
you
so
were a
sorry, Raven
commander,
Wolf.
like Commander Shepard, you had the option of picking every character within the Mass Effect universe and gather a team, which I think we did 3 people? Was that it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah,
reason
3.
we did that. Go ahead and finish the question before I get into that.
Okay, you had a chance, or every character, and gather a team. What character would you pick as a team, and why would you pick that character? Okay, where does it say in that question that it is an immediate fight right there? It is gathering a team.
Tucker, you're missing something, though. We totally changed the question because
Well, that's what it was in for. I was answering that question.
I'm glad you explained that for everybody because we totally piled on you there, but that question was asked there is so loaded it could take us like a half an hour. So we totally shrunk it down to
Here is some research. I did. A man named Tony Blair, who is a self-defense guru and the
Prime
creator
Minister?
of the Spear self-defense system, he says that the mind and being tactful is more powerful than brute force.
he hasn't faced a
Has
Krogan.
he ever faced a Krogan? That is my question.
like
no,
just
but how many Krogan have you faced in Mass Effect and easily beat them?
Not everyone is Shepard. Okay.
Yeah, that's not really fair, but
No, but
Why do you think the genophage happened? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah, because they were like bunnies. They just kept popping them out, fighting.
They weren't just bunnies. They were badass, gonna kill you. We are awesome and totally badass bunnies.
Dude, don't dismerch bunnies. Those things have really sharp claws.
wow. So you need a bunny. So I'm going to change my team then. I'm going to take
You're gonna take a bunny?
Kalros the Thresher Maw. I'm going to take Harbinger, like the straight
You
up
can't.
like
No,
two-tone.
you can't take a Reaper. That
I
was
changed
part
my
of the thing.
mind. We're changing the question again.
Change the question. No. It was about the original question.
So here's the other thing.
Look, no. Some of the best leaders in the world are known for their how tactful they were. Like Alexander the Great and Hannibal and George Washington and Napoleon. Sure, there are some that use brute force like Vlad the Impaler and Genghis Khan, but they were still known for being tactful. There is importance to having some.
Tucker, it's not like we picked 3 Krogan. We picked 1 Krogan. And the other people get the tactics, and they use the Krogan to crush you.
No, this is what.
Tucker, you're not leading an army. You're a team of 4 people.
Yes, and you can still be tactful with that. There is some of the special forces.
Yeah.
It's just a group of like 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, and my team is tactful, but I have better tools than you do.
Yeah,
But
we can still be tactful, but
Tactical.
you picking someone to do math while the rest of us fire on you is not...
Well, just think, if one person's very tactful and very smart and intellectual with that, they can come up with plans of, okay, this person is a Krogan. We know how they're going to fight. They're going to charge, so we can plant explosives near this area because they will charge at us.
Yeah, I still think our team kicks your ass because we're
No!
No, it will because we're tactical and we have a Krogan. You're just tactical.
Okay. Down in the comments, whose team do you think will win? My team of Arya Talok, Eve / Erdnot Bakara, and Rex, or Minius' team of Minius, who was on your team again?
Taylor Vasir, Tandem Bao, who actually I'm probably going to lose this because we never seen him fight, but he's a Solarian, former SDG Spectre, and Grunt because he's hilarious, and it's Krogan because you need
Okay.
a Krogan.
And then Tucker, who was dead on your team?
I had Nihilus, Anderson, and
That guy that did math?
no, I was speculating him. I don't think I actually made him on my team. I think I was
I think you
speculating
picked him.
David-
Because, you know,
So
he-
between those 3 teams, everyone listening to this down in the comments, between me and Minius, who wins?
no, it was Nihilus, Anderson, and I think I had Nasari in there.
I'm
Or
pretty
was it
sure you
Morden?
had someone that did math.
I think I had Morden there just because I really like Morden.
Okay.
So Nihilus, Anderson, and Morden.
Keep in mind, I have the most Spectres, and I also have a Krogan.
I have 2 Krogan and the most badass Asari to ever badass. So you know what?
I got the mad scientist.
on.
He could just incinerate your armor.
By the way, there's also one person that brought this. Actually, a couple of people brought this up, but we didn't mention the Shadow Broker.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick him, because I know that we never thought of him, so I wasn't even gonna.
No, I mean, I have a reason for not picking him, which is why I didn't want to
really?
pick him. Yeah, he's a Yogg, and Yogg are gonna fucking kill everyone. So
He's not going to be a team player.
Oh, so you're going on that he would also kill your own team.
yes, you'd kill your own team. I mean, like, I wouldn't want the Elusive Man either, because the Elusive Man's going in to be the Elusive Man. He's not a team player.
Well, the Elusive Man, he isn't even at I think the Elusive Man was really overplayed. Although I didn't.
But the point is that you're creating a team. You need some team players,
Yeah.
and you need people who won't try to kill you. So
Yeah, so that's why I didn't. Although I still actually think that the Shadow Broker would still. I mean, even if it was a group of 3 Krogan, the Shadow Broker would still kick the ass.
kick the ass. Yeah, a Yogg.
Kick
I
their
bet
ass.
a Yogg could counter a Krogan.
all the butts.
A Yogg could counter a Krogan. The Shadow Broker DLC, if you bring like Grunt along and Grunt gets knocked out with like a single blow and looks really pathetic, that's more of a story thing.
Well, yeah, that's all of a story thing. But I mean, still, it's the Yogg are 2-3 times the size of the Krogan and just as powerful.
We've only seen one.
Yeah, well, no,
2.
we've seen 2 because
Oh, yeah. 2.
Shadow Broker
That
and
thing's
then
not that much
I
bigger,
mean,
though.
they're big.
Yeah, okay. Same thing though. I think it's going to turn and kill you.
Well, yeah, I mean, because they're just ruthless. They just kill everything.
And
Although no, because the Shadow Broker did have people working for him that he did interact with, so he had to have some kind of comic
He also
collectiveness.
killed a lot of them.
Well, that's true
And
too.
he also killed quite a lot of them.
But he still had people working for him, meaning that he didn't kill every person. So he had to have some sort of.
Yeah, but he was in charge.
I would not define him as a team player.
no,
Tucker.
not as a team player, but I was meaning like he could work with as a team. If you Suicide Squad him.
As I understand this question, you were picking a team and you were in charge of it, right?
Yeah, you're the commander.
So if you're picking someone who is going to kill you to be the commander, that's probably not good.
Oh, you could Suicide Squad him.
Assuming that he'll go. Anyway, that was my thought. I actually did think of the Shadow Broker, but I don't really want Shadow Broker on my team.
Questions?
Us as a squad. The person that came up with us as a squad.
Oh yeah, what was that squad that the person came up with?
It was like they commented about Minius's lack of biology skills and said that I would be the medic, and then I think like Tucker was the pilot or something. So I guess you're firing a gun or something, Minius.
Why the f would I be the pilot?
Yeah, I like that comment because it's like my contribution to the team was being offset by your abilities. You're like, BioFan's good at biology, so he'll make up for Minius. And then there's...
I wish some of my professors were listening right now.
that was my contribution, was to bring the team down a notch so you could bring it back up.
Well, I mean, you have to have the basis of the realism.
Oh, boy.
I assume you're the one with the gun, and Tucker is the one with the ship, and I'm the one with keeping the people alive and whatnot.
Where did I get the pilot in this?
I don't know.
The person put you as... I don't know why they put you as the pilot. I guess they feel like you would be a great ship pilot.
Are they like relating me to Joker with the way I act, or?
I don't know.
By the way, I want to note that team does not have a Krogan.
I think that even if it was
Don't give away our new podcast person. God. Oh.
See, what I'm thinking is if it was the team of the three of us, I think we would accidentally get ourselves killed before we even get to any battle.
You're like driving the ship. You're
I'd
like,
accidentally open up the airlock like,
oh, that was not the go button. We're totally dead.
got
What?
accidentally reversed into the Citadel.
BioFan and I are too busy about arguing whether or not it's an O or a G, and we never get to the fight. Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal.
What's up, my homegirl Kelly?
What do we got, Tucker?
First question is from Narwhal Nachos. And this
I
person...
love this person's name.
Dude, this person's name alone is like a reason why I picked
They
it.
get the official gold star from BioFan.
The question is, if you had to pick one piece of technology from the Mass Effect series to have in the present day, what would it be and why?
All right, how can we change this question to make Tucker look bad?
See, this is where it turns on you. I was going to pick Metagel because of the amount of medical boost that it would give. Turn that around.
Yeah, but
Turn
there's
that one
cooler
around.
stuff. There's cooler stuff to have fun with in the moment.
So I'm assuming if you choose something like EZO, that's totally cheating because there's a lot of technology off of that.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of technology?
Basic faster than light technology is something I want. So
Could I choose a biotic implant? That way I could go around being all badass in my biotics and shit.
wait, a plant?
A biotic implant.
Oh, okay.
Oh, implant. I thought I said biotic plant.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Biotic
And I'm
plant.
like, you want a plant out of everything?
No, I want a biotic implant, kind of like what Miranda has or what Caden has. That way I can go around being all biotic.
So you just want biotics?
I want biotics.
Because I'm pretty sure if we put a biotic implant in you, the chances are you just die from the surgery or have something in your brain that couldn't do anything.
I want a non-fatal biotic implant. Assuming that you wouldn't die from it, I want a biotic implant.
See, I would go with something that's actually beneficial to the world, like Metagel, or how about the Universal Translator?
But
what's
how
wrong?
are you gonna have fun with that though?
How is peace on Earth and life fun? Yeah.
Well, I mean, no, just
Jeez,
imagine,
Tucker.
if we have Metagel.
Tucker, they have those in Mass Effect, and there's definitely not peace.
But if we have Metagel, can you imagine how the medical boost that we would get around the entire world? All diseases
yes, I
would
can.
basically
It
be
would
gone.
be absolutely amazing, and it would revolutionize all that is medicine.
I mean, it would. I mean, what's the average lifespan in Mass Effect for humans? Isn't it 150 years?
I don't know if that's due to Metagel, but yeah, it's something like that.
I imagine it'd be a key part to it.
With that 150 years, are they taking in part quality of life? Because when you get really old, when you get really, really old, you're pretty much guaranteed to get you're pretty much guaranteed to get some form of dementia or some kind of gradual brain decline, brain decay. So I don't know that it's a very happy 150.
I mean, what isn't Anderson or something in the 60s? And he still looks pretty decent.
Yeah, but he's in his 60s. There are a ton of people in their 60s that are going around doing Anderson stuff.
Yeah, but he still looks decent. And he's still in the military and going around. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
there are
not
plenty of military 60-year-old guys doing what Anderson does. Well, maybe not exactly what Anderson does because Reapers and stuff, but same stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go selfish still and go with that faster than light technology, which technically can benefit
Well,
people.
that would also benefit.
Yeah, but I like how your thought is to the benefit of society, and we want to push stuff with our minds.
We want to have fun.
All right, Angus McNabb asks, do you guys want a squad mates to be expendable like the way in Mass Effect 1, where you have to make a few quick decisions or sacrifices between characters like Ashley or Caden? Or would you rather be like Mass Effect 2, where a lack of preparation, relationship building for the final battle could cost you multiple squad mates?
I mean, I assume one or the other is going to happen. Squad mates are going to have the option to die. That's kind of a normal thing. Or leave.
I would much prefer the latter, especially because with the first one, that's just a choice. It doesn't matter if you talk to them or not. That's a choice that's presented, while the others, it's because of a lack of preparation, your characters are now dying.
I like the first one with the choices.
The hard
and whatnot.
choice?
Yeah, because I think story-wise, that's more interesting.
Yeah, I think I would prefer the second one, but the first one might be more interesting.
Well, what about? Do you think there's going to be both, or do you think there'll be?
The first one is always typically almost always there. The first one where like squad mates can leave or squad mates can die. The second one only happened in ME2.
I think it'd be more interesting if it was kind of a third option where you could choose between, let's say, a squad mate and
or a colony,
or something like that. Yeah.
That's still kind of like number one.
That's still technically option one. It's story circumstances versus preparedness circumstances.
Something more emotional opposed than.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know what the long-term plan is for Andromeda. That's another show topic coming up. Let's save that one for another show.
Okay.
All right.
I've got a quick answer to it, but okay.
No, I have a long answer to it.
Okay.
All right. Next question is from Justice. Yeah.
Justice. Yeah.
Well, I mean it's YEA, so I'm guessing it's or
Yeah.
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 Maybe. Anyways,
Yeah.
what kind of customization for your characters, Mako or Tempest, would you like to see in Mass Effect Andromeda?
So long as it comes in chrome gold, BioFan is happy.
I had a theory about this, that what if you could customize the Mako for if you know you're going into hostile territory, you can add armor to it, but now the mobility is less. It's not as maneuverable. But if you're going exploring on a planet, you can remove some of the armor so it's lighter, but you can now maneuver faster. It doesn't use as much fuel and everything like that.
That seems like something BioWare would do. I could get down with that.
Like just a little slight kind of change, like add armor, and then less maneuverable, or less armor, more maneuverable.
Like it's heavier, so it can't move as fast, and it can't make like sharp turns and stuff.
And it uses more fuel and stuff like that, but you're prepared to go into a battle.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that.
I would like more outfits for characters. Period. Like
you mean like instead of just the two that were available in
like
Mass Effect 2?
A lot
and 3?
more, and be able to customize more pieces of armor and really get a look
Like
that's
Inquisition
unique.
level?
Somewhat like that. Yeah, I was thinking. I guess it really depends on if you can equip armor. Like I know in Mass Effect 1 you could put specific pieces of armor on your characters. But I was thinking more detailed than that. And in 2 and 3, you can just pretty much pick skins. But I was thinking somewhere in between skins and armor. Something more visually stimulating.
Something that Mako thing made me think of. So you know how in Inquisition, when you're riding your horse, you can kind of like, not run over people, but like knock them over? I wonder if in Andromeda, if you can run over enemies in the Mako.
Oh, well, definitely.
But are you going to run into enemies? Because the Mako doesn't look like it has any guns or anything.
I think they said that the Mako will not have guns, but I mean, there'll still be moments where an ambush will take place.
We'll have to see what happens as far as enemies in the Mako is concerned. But if there are enemies there, you can totally hit them. There's no way that's not going to be a thing.
Where else would you use the Mako but in like an open type environment? And that's where they would probably put the enemies, is in like an open type environment, unless the enemies are like mission only and the open environments are just exploration. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because it looked like that Space Bear was pretty open worldy.
I want the ability to put those little boosters on the bottom of my Mako so I can tip it over like in Mass Effect 1. Just have it like fall down a mountain and just kind of flip over a couple times.
I'm sure your squad mates are in there like, really, Ryder? Really? We're doing this? Oh my god!
All right, another one is if you could spend 24 hours from Prime 4812. If you could spend 24 hours in Mass Effect universe at any point in time of its existence, when and where would you spend them?
Wow, that is a really good question.
That's a really good question. Yeah.
Now, another aspect of it is: are you just observing, or are you
Participating?
I think you're
participating?
Well, we'll add like you can pick a place to be too.
Yeah, because if you're observing, I would love to observe like key points in the First Contact War.
I would like the instant that the Prothean ruins are revealed on Earth, and the immediate reaction to, hey, we're not alone in the universe. We just found these alien ruins, and then be a part of society for 24 hours. I think that would be very, very interesting and at least somewhat relatable.
I want to visit the height of the Hanar Empire.
Do they have an empire?
I'm imagining that they probably do.
I'm just trying to think, like, I mean, can you split up the time? Because if you can, it'd be like, I like to spend a few hours on the Citadel to walk around and look at it.
Yeah, just kind of walk around, tell them that it's, your favorite store.
So like the Citadel sometime pre-Sovereign?
Yeah. Well, yeah, obviously.
I would probably want to spend a few hours with Caden, but that's just me.
Oh, no, who you want to spend time with, too. Which aliens would you bang over those 24 hours?
Just to find as many sorry as you can.
I mean, I'm very, very gay, but I mean, like, if you're only there for, like, 24 hours and, like, sorry, I mean, why not?
This question went sideways. What's the next one?
All right, this one's a bit complicated. Elliot Sim says, what are the guidelines that you would set in place to the Mass Effect Andromeda development team at BioWare to ensure the success of Mass Effect Andromeda, both commercially and critically? You're not allowed to say anything about not listening to EA, as that is a given.
Focus on the story before you focus on absolutely anything else.
So story. That's what your main focus would be.
Story.
I would say focus on the world that you're going into, because this is an entire new... I mean, you're going into an entire new area, so the thing that's really going to grab people, especially commercially, is you have never been in this place before. So everything has to be unique and interesting looking. So I would say focus on that stuff.
Which technically is largely story.
Well, when you said story, I thought you meant like plot.
Yeah,
Well,
I would think like universe building would be very important.
Universe building is like story stuff.
Sort of. And the easy thing, and I wouldn't focus on it because I think they got it, would be combat. Gameplay in video games is gameplay in video games.
Gameplay mechanics.
But
So
that's
you want
kinda,
it.
yeah, make sure it's mechanically sound. But I kind of feel like they have that.
You want the game to play well.
So I'd be like, it's not like I wanted to just pick one thing and then completely ignore everything else.
Yeah, I don't think the question. Let me see.
It's just like focus on this before anything else kind of thing, like primary focus.
This just says what guidelines. So like, story, world building, and combat. What about things that they shouldn't have a huge amount of focus on until the main stuff are good?
I'm really glad, that I'm not in charge of this game.
I mean, I would say focus on single player before multiplayer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because people,
So
not all people, but people like me will want to finish the single player campaign before they touch the multiplayer.
The multiplayer is pretty thin anyway.
And well, it's also Mass Effect is a single player game. I mean, there are some games like Halo and Call of Duty and Battlefield that, those are, with Halo, it's kind of even. The single player is incredibly important, and multiplayer is what really gets a lot of people. But Call of Duty and Battlefield, those are mainly multiplayer games.
I think Mass Effect multiplayer could be something more, but the single player, obviously. And it's not even a question at this point.
People didn't buy Mass Effect 3 for the multiplayer. They bought it for the story.
A lot more people than you think, though. There are people that...
I know that there are people that bought it for that, but...
There are people that bought Inquisition only for Inquisition's multiplayer and have never played the story mode of Dragon Age Inquisition. They've only played Inquisition's multiplayer.
But I'm pretty sure if you
those
get
people exist.
A big group of fans of Mass Effect,
the majority,
and you ask them, you ask them did you buy Mass Effect for the multiplayer or story? They'll say story. Mass Effect is a story-based game, so I would say focus more on single player. Once that is like really good and set, obviously not finished, but once it's decently set and ready, then work on multiplayer.
The multiplayer is mostly a separate team, by the way, within the company.
I would like a very solid direction for the game to go in for the future. Like a very solid outline.
So you meaning like potential
sequels, where I want things to go from there. Something that's very solid and deep, and not only has a great launch and has a good first title, but has somewhere to go from there that matches up very well and well organized.
Ooh. Very important.
Blue butts?
Hair.
Hair.
Make good hair.
Like,
Give us the good
this
hair.
gameplay is broken, but man, does that
Hair.
hair look gorgeous.
There's bugs all over the place, but damn does my hair look good.
What we're going over right now is something that I'm having to go over right now in my final project at college. Is we're making a video game from scratch. We got 4 months, so it's like, okay, what do we want to focus on most? Like, okay, we have this idea, but we'll do that later. So I'm just kind of going through thinking like, you want the gameplays, the story, the world, and then I'm trying to think of like some side things like
Hair.
I would say upgrades, or not upgrades in like upgrading your character, but side upgrades and things like that, like upgrading your mako, upgrading your the squad mates. That would be
The
less
feeling
important.
of like improving your assets, basically. Okay.
This is a huge question that I'm not qualified
This
to
is a
answer.
very large.
I would also say skins and other things like that. That would be side. The settlements that we discussed, that would be side. That would not be part of the main. That would not be part of the main focus. That would be once we get it all good. So settlements would be on the side. The amount of planets and the amount of new species, I would say that could be on the side. Like, okay, we want 5 or 6 new alien races, and it's like, okay, we come up with some. Here's some other ideas. Okay, we'll flesh out the 5 or 6 if we have time and money, like all that stuff. Then let's throw in 2 more alien races that we think could work. So I would say that as well. That focus on a few really fleshed out alien races and then expand from that.
Okay.
Cool.
I think we got...
Same thing goes with planets. That, get... kind of from what I'm guessing from the tech demo, it looks like you're not going to be going out of the cluster that you're in, the Helios cluster. It looks like you're just going to be kind of exploring the planets.
As far as we know, it may like the end of Andromeda could be like the big conclusion you bet, and then as it ends, it's us like moving out of the Helios cluster, going somewhere else, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm meaning. But it looks like you're
like
just going
the
to be
Helios
exploring
cluster is the
some
main,
planets.
like the
Yeah.
main setting. We don't really leave.
So
Yeah, I can see that.
I would say again, kind of like 4 or 5 main planets. How are we going to make those work in the story? What are they going to look like? Where are the trees going to be on this planet? Where are the volcanoes on this planet going to be? How is agriculture, life, plants, animals, enemies? How is all that going to work? Okay, we got that figured out, fleshed out. Okay, let's throw in 3 more planets. Same questions.
Like with Inquisition, how many environments are there? Oh god, let me try and think really quick.
It's really how can we make unique planets without duplicating the same thing?
I feel like you're way more able to answer this question than we are.
Well, I know a lot of developmental stuff, but Tucker's like that's what
I'm
he
actually
does,
I'm in college
so.
for that. I'm
Yeah,
graduating.
that's like
college
what he's
for that.
in college for. So if y'all want to talk about writing and stuff, like, hey, what's up? Or like pre-med stuff, like, hey, what's up?
If you want to talk about biology, I could answer biology questions all day long. All right, we got time for one more question.
All right. So final question is from Daniel Eakin, and this person asks, what is everyone's favorite side mission, DLC not included?
Side mission.
And you cannot use DLC.
Does Kasumi count as DLC?
That's DLC. Did you have to
Damn
download
it!
it, or was it on the main game?
So it was downloaded.
How many really, really side missions are there?
Not a lot.
I mean, there some that you like. I guess technically all the loyalty quests in Mass Effect 2 are side missions.
I guess.
Yeah, those would count. Would you count those as side missions? I mean, they were optional,
Yeah,
but they were
Yeah, if they're optional, then I guess we'll count them as
That's
side.
the thing, though. They're not really side missions. Everything is kind of part of the big story. Like there's the stuff in Mass Effect 3, like you can go to Grissom Academy or go check out the Yahtzee place. Those are kind of side missions because you can complete the main story without doing them. Same with the loyalty missions. I feel like the side missions in Mass Effect Andromeda aren't as sidey as other games are.
Are you sure I can't pick Kasumi's? Because Kasumi's was fun.
That's DLC.
Can I pick her one in Mass Effect 3 then, since that's technically not DLC? It's like only there if you downloaded the DLC for ME2, but it's not DLC for ME3.
Did you have to download it?
No.
Not for ME3 I didn't, but for ME2 I did, and then it just imported the fact that I had the DLC for ME2, so in ME3
Well, you had to download it.
Oh my
did
God,
not
Tucker.
download it
Oh
for
my
anything.
God. Pick the Kasumi thing. We're changing the question.
Kasumi. Because Kasumi's side stuff was all fun. I liked Kasumi's. There was the Hanar in ME3, that was great. I liked it.
I'm going to go with, because this is obviously debatable as whether or not it's a side question, but the Morden loyalty mission.
Oh my God, my heart. Morden.
The Morden loyalty mission for Mass Effect 2. Technically a side mission. You do not need to do it, but it's probably my favorite.
See, I'm trying to think because I was actually trying to find an old script because a while ago, I haven't put this video out, but we have a video in the works of like top 5 side missions of Mass Effect. I'm trying to remember what those were because there was, and I discluded the loyalty missions in those strictly because those would win. All of them would win.
Yeah.
Which is why you can, but there's many options for this. But go ahead and do what you want to do.
I would say some of the side missions with Mass Effect 3 just because of...
You have to pick one, though. You have to pick one, and it can't be downloaded. Go, Tucker.
What about the one where you saved the L core in Mass Effect 3?
That was fun.
Don't you just fly to the planet and then click on it? Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's not really a mission there. It is, I guess it's technically a side mission, and that is acceptable because it is fairly emotional, given that it's an L-core. I accept your answer.
I'm thinking...
Oh my God. Fine, you can't pick one.
Just pick one.
What about Rex's family armor from Mass Effect 1?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Because that was actually pretty important, especially because how Rex is with you throughout your entire game, and that choice alone can make it so you don't kill Rex.
All right, we'll go with that.
Sure, let's do that one.
Yeah, I'd go. And also, it was pretty fun, although it was you're entering a base with the same kind of enemies and the same look. It was still pretty fun. All right, we're about to end this video. Is there anything else y'all want to add? Any videos you want to bring up?
I put in a good 20 man-hours on my analysis of the gameplay footage from the Sony press conference. That one I'm pretty proud of. Got a very nice thumbnail slapped on that one. I went so in-depth with it. It's awesome. You should check it out.
All right, I'm going to do a video that should be up about recent confirmations and breaking those down. All the stuff that we recently found out and what it could mean for the upcoming game. A
video should be coming out either probably Sunday or Monday about how the sibling theory could work. We talked about this in the previous podcast about my idea for how the sibling theory could work and the story and the morality choice it could give you. And I really enjoyed that, so I kind of expanded upon that and went into detail about how it could work.
That's all the nerdiness we've got for you today. Next week will be all viewer questions. So if you want in on that, email us a question, Mass Effect related or otherwise, to andromenerds@gmail.com. Along with our co-hosts, be sure to follow Andromenerds on Twitter. If you like this podcast and would like to see some more awesome videos, be sure to check out and subscribe to our respective channels.
What do we want to title the episode? All the butts? Butt stuff?
Butt stuff.
Oh, I feel like there's something good in there that I'm going to pull out when I edit it. and I'll be able to come up with a good video. I had it.
See,
and
it's
I didn't
really
write it
weird
down.
So-
hearing you talking about pulling out when we were just talking about butt stuff.
Yeah. Okay, that's
You were like, I feel
Pull-
like there's something good in there. I'm like,
something good in there, and I'm going to pull out about butt stuff. That's the title.
let the butt stuff happen, Minius. Let the butt stuff happen.